I'm glad to see you. So, now let's start. What date is it today? Sveta?
Today is 11th of September.
So, Raja, thank you. What day is it today? Настя?
Today is Monday.
So, Raja. So, who is absent today? Dima? So, thank you. So, how did you spend your weekends? Did you visit your motherland?
Yes, I did.
So, okay. As you see, there are a lot of English and Russian proverbs that describes people's attitude to their birthplace. I'd like to start our today's lesson. So, and in order to become closer to the topic we are going to talk about, I'd like to offer the task. The task is match the beginning of the proverb with its ending. You have 2 minutes to do this task. So, try to find Russian equivalents to give the best word of its translation. So, the first proverb, my house is... Sveta?
My house is my cousin.
Right, you are. So, the next one, east or west? Nastya?
Home is best.
Right, you are. There is no place.
Like home.
Like home. When you are at home,
Even walls help you.
Home is home, though. Maxim? So is home, though.
It will never so humbly.
Right, you are. Charity begins. Dima?
It's home.
Right, you are. Every dog is.
A lion at home.
Right, you are. Builds her house. Sveta?
But with her own hands, the foolish one tears down.
The wild we roam. Veronica?
Welcome home.
So, and the last one, the house shows.
The owner.
So, now let's try to find Russian equivalents to give the best variant of its translation. So, the first one, my house is my castle. Настя?
Везде хорошо, дома лучше.
Right, you are. There is no place like home.
Родной дом – самое лучшее место.
Right, you are. When you are at home,
Дом и стены помогают.
дом и стены помогают. Home is home, though it never be so homely.
Дом есть дом, даже если никогда не был домашним.
Charity begins at home.
Свою рубашку ближе к телу.
Right, you are. Every dog is a lion at home.
Вся кулик в своем болоте вели.
Dry bread at home is better than roast meat abroad. Дима?
Сухая корка дома лучше жареного мяса за границей.
Right, you are. The wise woman builds her house, but with her one hand, the foolish one tears down.
Добрая жена дом бережет, а плохая руководитель.
Right, you are. The wild you roam, the welcome home. Вика?
Чем больше светается, тем желание родной дом.
Right, you are. The house shows the owner.
Всякий дом хозяин сам.
The next task to choose one of these proverbs that describes your attitude, your emotions to your birthplace. So I'll try to give you my own example. For example, as for me, my favorite proverb is every bird likes its own nest. Why, you may ask me? A man is like a bird, has to work hard, earn money, visit different place, work hard, earn money, but only at home he can feel calm and safe. There are people who are waiting for his coming back, who are glad to see him, to hug him, and just only to be nearby. So now I think it's high time to listen to your favorite
I think
songs.
it's high time to start. What emotions do you feel when you visit your birthplace? Who'd like to be the first? Nastya?
I like the proud my house is my castle, because my house is a place on earth where I can and should feel safe. Close people live in it who protect and support me in difficult situations and troubles.
So, right, yeah, thank you. Sit down. So, I would like to continue. Nastya?
My favorite proverb is east or west, home is best. I like it because wherever I am, there is not place better than home. I remember my native lands where I was born. I remember every corner by heart. My parents who love me and understand live in me. Now I live at a hostel in another city.
Even despite the fact that I was surrounded by my friends here, I want to go to my family.
So, thank you. Sit down. Who'd like to continue? Sveta.
First product tips. When you are at home, even the walls help you. I absolutely agree with it, because when I leave my house, I feel upset. When I am at home, I feel much better. I am always in a high mood and I feel calm when my close people surround me.
So, thank you. Now, I hope that you have already guessed about the topic of our today's lesson. So, have you guessed? Who guessed? What is the topic of our today's lesson? Nastya? Hometown. What else? Motherland.
Birthplace.
Birthplace. Mordovia, right you are. Today we are going to speak about our motherland, our birthplace, the Republic of Mordovia.
I offer you the task. It is called the cluster. In the middle of our whiteboard, I put down the verb Mordovia. And your task is to put down the words which are associated with these words. Who'd like to start? Okay, now let's continue. Capital. Nastya?
Sites.
Sites, right, you are. Sites. The next one? Sport. So, sport in Mordovia is rather popular. Sport. What else?
Education.
Education, right, you are. Education. Primary education, second education, higher education. Customs and traditions. Customs and traditions. So, okay. Who'd like to add something?
Famous people.
Famous people. Was famous people. Famous people.
National symbols.
National symbols, right, you are. So, national symbols. So, who'd like to add anything? So, okay, each of these items will be spoken about at our lesson. And I offer to start with listening comprehension, which will help you to revise some information, or you will know something new from this test. Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Yes.
The Republic of Mordovia is located in the center of European part of Russia in the Volga Basin. Total occupied area is 26.2 thousand square kilometer. The Republic stretches from west to east for about 280 kilometers and from north to south for 55 to 140 kilometers. It borders the Nizhny Novgorod region in the north, the Ulyanovsk region in the east, the Penza region in the south, the Ryazan region in the west.
So, now you know more information about our republic. And let's do the exercise. So, the task is to define whether the following statements are true, false, or the information in the text is not stated. So, in the first one, the first sentence. Nastya?
The Republic is divided into 22 administrative districts. It is true.
So, right, you are
There are 6 towns within its territory. It is false. There are 7 towns within its territory.
So, right.
The capital of this republic is Saransk. It is true.
Right, you are the next one. Would like to continue? Sveta?
The population of Mordovia has been estimated at 198,000 people as on 1st January 2003. It's false, because the population of Mordovia has been estimated at 899,000 people as on 1st January 2003.
So, I absolutely agree with you. Maria?
Mordovia is not a multinational republic. It is false. Mordovia is a multinational republic.
Multinational.
Multinational.
So, okay, the next one. Vika?
The Moldovan language belongs to Finno-Ugric group of Euro-Retail language family, which is true.
Population is unknown. Information is not stated.
So, right, you are. The next one. Who'd like to continue? Nastya?
The main industrial centers are Saransk and Chamchivka. It is false. The main industrial centers are Saransk and Ruzaivka.
Right, you are. So, the next one, Nastya.
There are hot summer days and freezing winter girls. It is true.
So, and the last one, Veronica?
The state national official language is Moldovan, Moksha and Eze. It is false, because the state national official language is Moldovan and Russian.
Now you know more information about our motherland, and I'd like to give you a task. So the task is called Circles on Water. So I'll try to explain you how to do this task. I'll try to explain you. The first word is a noun, and the second one is an adjective that describes this noun. For example, achievements, how do you translate it? Достижение, agricultural, сельскохозяйственное. Right, you are. So, I offer you the list of nouns. So, and your task is to find adjectives that describe these nouns. Art. Amazing. What else? Amazing, astonishing, for example. So now let's continue. Birthplace. Beautiful. Big. Brilliant. Right? You are. The next one. Capital. Central. Customs. Cultural. And sometimes cruel. So, education, excellent, right here. Easy, right you are. So, landmarks, large, lovely. So, the next one, nation, native nation. People, popular, polite, right you are. So, and town, typical town. And the last one, weather, warm or wild. So, right you are. In our cluster, we mentioned about national symbols. What are the national symbols of each country? For example, republic, region. What national symbols can you name?
National flag.
National flag, right you are. National anthem. The coat of arms. How do you translate them? National flag. National anthem. And the coat of arms. Yeah. Right you are. I offer you a text. It will help you to know more information about national symbols of our republic. So you have this text in your root lists. You have 5 minutes to look through the text, and then we'll do task that is given after the text. Is it clear? So get down with the work. About national flag.
National flag of the Republic of Moldova is a rectangular panel consisting of 3 dark red horizontally arranged stripes, white and dark blue. The upper and lower stripes are of the same size. In the middle of the white stripe there is dark red, a soft solar sign. It's a symbol of the sun. Symbolism claims kindness, openness, desire for balance, stability and sustainability. So, a ram flag means to live in spiritual purity, godliness, openness, to develop freely on its fertile land. The author of the flag is the winner of the State Award of the Republic of Moldova, Alyoshkin.
So, right here, just one mistake, symbolizing. So, right here, I would like to continue and read us about the coat of arms. Maxim, you're welcome.
The heraldry requirements begin at the board. All people who have the statehood have to defend the earth's freedom and independence. The us of the coat of arms, Chikunov and D, show the French front of a border. It's a square with a heart-shaped point below. In the center, the flag has white stripe where the image of an ancient municipal coat of arms of Sorensen is placed. In a silver field, there is fox and 3 arrows that are situated vertically from top to down. The board is framed with several hryvnia, ancient ornament of ancient Mordva, of gold color that symbolizes the ancient origin of adhosness of age, beauty, nature, cities and villages, spiritual beauty, people, prosperity, national, spiritual, cultural, and material wealth. 7 ornaments are depicted on hryvnia. There is represent the 7 cities, administrative, industrial, cultural centers of the Republic. All this is framed by the golden ears of wheat that are intertwined with a ribbon of black colors. The ear in modern heraldry means economical power of the state, its prosperity, national unity. The coat of arms is finished with a solar sign. Idea of the coat of arms is to live wisely, to be friendly to the multinational people of the Republic of Moldavia, to keep in multinational conditions, to promote economic prosperity, to develop under the clear peace sun of the fairly years steadily.
So right here, and now let's continue.
National anthem of the Republic of Moldova is a symbol of preserving the traditional of nation culture, the unity of the multinational people of the Republic of Moldova. Music of national anthem was composed by the winner of the State Award of the Republic of Moldova, Koshev and Kinyakin's verse. From immemorial time, our land is famous for many songs in Moksha, Erze, Russian, Tatar languages. Words were different, but people sang about the same things, about beauty of the nature, love, and finally about the heart share. The anthem of the Republic of Moldova is sung in their state languages Moksha, Erze, Russian.
So, okay, well done. I think it's high time to watch your projects. Your home task was to prepare projects, to choose one of 4 topics. I mean, famous people, sport, education, and science. Would like to start? Would like to be the first? Sveta, you are welcome.
It is impossible to overstate the importance of education in the modern world. Education has become the leading power of the technological progress and thus of the whole development of the humanity. Currently, in the Republic of Moldova, we can observe the stable development of the education system and the preconditions for its further progress. The education system of the Republic of Moldova includes 803 state and municipal educational organizations. Now, I would like to tell you a few words about my favorite institute, which gives me excellent opportunities for the development. It is the Moldovan State Pedagogical Institute, is named after Yevseyev. This institute is the oldest institution of the Moldova and a scientific, methodological and educational center of the diaspora of the Moldovan people living in other regions. There are many computer classes, studies, up-to-date laboratories, special rooms for training and some sports halls in them. There are also good libraries. There is a large number of books on different subjects in them. Students have good possibilities to use free internet. The students' hostels and canteens are also situated on the territory of the institute. At the institute there are 9 faculties: the philology, the faculty of natural science and technology, physics and mathematics, physical education, foreign languages, history and law, teaching and non-education, psychology and defectology, further education faculties. More than 6,000 students study at our institute. There are many chairs at the institute: the chair of history, the chair of foreign languages, the chair of anatomy, the chair of philosophy, the chair of psychology and pedagogy, and many other chairs in special subjects. I study in the faculty of natural science and technology. All students of our faculty participate in various competitions, and many of them take an active part in the social life of the institute. After graduating from the institute, our students become teachers of secondary schools. This is brief information about education of the Republic of Moldova.
A proverb claims a sound mind and a sound body. Today it's popular to go in for sport. All people of all generations are fond of sports. Participation of team sports. Athletes from all Russian, international, European competition shows how sport is developing in a particular region. Mordovia isn't an exception. Names of Moldovan athletes are often heard in different languages. They conquer the world at Olympic pedestals. Significant success was achieved in 2014 by pupils of the Moldovan schools of athletics, wrestling, cycling, rowing, canoeing, gymnastics, hockey. So, at the 22 Olympic Winter Games in 2014 in Sochi, the representative of Moldova, Kirill Zubkov, won the first gold medal in Winter Olympic Games. On the first European Games held in June in Baku, sportsmen of our republic won 3 gold medals. Champions were wrestlers of Greco-Roman style. In 2018, Moldova then hosted matches of the World Cup. The fact was very as one opportunity to host events of such levels is a very important historical event. The Republic of Moldova was divided into 12 regions of the country. The federal experience from on the basic sports. Over the past 50 years, 170 major sports facilities have been built. Nowadays, 34% of the population of the Republic is engaged in physical culture and sport. This number is increasing day by day and shows that sport is popular with people, and we have all conditions provided by our government to go in for sport. That's all what I wanted to tell you about sports in the Republic of Moldova.
So, Dima, just one note. What's for English выигрывать? Выиграли. One. So, past simple one. So, thank you.
But people nurtured many prominent personalities in the different spheres of life and culture who became a part of Russian and world history and culture. In example, we can bring such a great artist and sculptor Erzi, who made sculptures of wood. He was born in the village of Baeva, Agadir district of Mordovia. In the capital of Mordovia, Serensk, there is a famous museum after his name. I'd like to mention Leonid Ivanovich Voinov. He is a musician, composer and conductor. He was the conductor of the orchestra of Russian folk instruments that was created by him in Temnikov. I can't keep from mentioning our world famous Olympic champions. One of them is our compatriot Olga Kaniskina. She is a track and field athlete. She won Olympic championship in 2008 and world champion in 2007. My mother can be proud not only of famous people in arts and sport, but also is famous for Mikhail Petrovich Devitaev, who was a lieutenant violent hero of Soviet Union. His birthplace is Tarbelo. He escaped from the German concentration camp on the Stone Plain and saved lives of many of his comrades. Our republic is also famous for people who are engaged in show business. For example, Stanislav Dushnikov is a Russian film and theater actor, honored artist of the Republic of Moldova. He was born in Serensk. We know his thanks to the role of Misha Datsenko in the television series Kamenskaya and the role of Leonid Voronin in the sitcom Voronin. The country is also famous for people who attracts people from abroad. The world famous French actor Gérard Depardieu visited Serensk several times. Film Center Russia has been opened recently. He also plans to open an Orthodox church and a school. My native land gives produce not only talented people, but also serves as a magnet to people with strong will.
Hey guys,
Dear fellow students,
how's it going? Everything's okay? That's pretty good. Well, let's start.
let's start. I hope you know where you live. Of course, it's the Russian Federation, the Republic of Moldova.
Yeah, in the city of Serensk. But I've got an amazing idea for you. Just let's imagine that we are the tourists from the English-speaking countries. From the UK, from the US, from Canada, from Australia. Here you can choose your variant. Just try to turn on your imaginary.
That will be interesting, we promised.
So, we came from abroad as a tourist, and what are we going to do the first time?
So it's very deep-headed.
Yeah, we as a normal tourist gonna find them and check them out, but we aren't normal.
Well, I'm a normal tourist. We went to the southern streets, take a lot of shots. We studied this city and now we talk about it.
Immense you, ladies and gentlemen. So, attention for the screen, please. Here we go.
It's McDonald's and Subway.
Yeah, well, I came from the United States, and as an American citizen, firstly, I found that. Okay, I'm just kidding.
That's Americans.
Come on, bro, I'm just joking. Now we can really start.
Okay. It's a Fontaine descent. Fontaine descent to the Pushkin Park, built in the 1970 to 1980s, later modernized several times. The name derives from the located and the cascade of fountains.
And the special decoration of the Fontaine descent is a monument to Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin, the great Russian writer and poet.
Okay,
the next one.
Pushkin's Park. It's a favorite place of recreation for the townspeople and visitors alike. The park includes 3 sites: recreation area, amusement area, and zone island.
One day, after visiting the park, you will realize that there's no story about will not be able to reply the warm memories, light and warm feelings derived from contact with nature, riding the rides, and seeing cultural progress.
So, if you want to get a rest, a breath of fresh air, eat ice cream and feel ducks, just get a couple of good friends and go to the park.
Well, Gavril Nikolai Platonovich is a Russian writer and Russian poet. He was born in St. Petersburg, the son of wealthy landowner of Penza, really great guy.
But we found a mistake, the monument. He keeps his books in the right hand, but everybody knows that more comfortable keep books in the left hand because you turn sheets with the right hand.
Yeah, it's more comfortable, we already tried. But Asa sees, he sees.
Next, the Moldovan State University named Ogarev. The largest university of the Republic of Moldova. The university was founded in 1957 on the basis of Moldovan State Pedagogical Institute.
When I saw it, I couldn't look away. So amazing building, so amazing Russian architecture. Love it.
I feel the same, Max.
The monument to the heroes of the First World War. The monument was erected in the city of Syrinx in October 2014 to the centennial anniversary of the First World War. A good place chosen for the monument in the center, among the sides of the city. Everything is close.
Yep, everything is close. You can get here without problems.
The next one.
The next, the Memorial Museum of Military and Labor.
So, the museum was opened on 6 May 1995. Its founder and the first director was Alexei Mikhailovich Mamayev. Near the memorial you can find the real USSR tanks. Real USSR tanks, can you even imagine it?
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff, great war, great victory, great Red Army. I am proud of the fact it was in our planet.
Yep, next one.
Next is about the opera and ballet theatre.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the State Musical Theatre named Kyrill Maximilievich Pialushin. Here you can watch the great Russian opera and ballet, listen to the great Russian music.
Well, it's the right and wide, big, beautiful building.
Yeah, it's a place where I pull your hand out from there because you're stuck there with your camera, okay? Yeah, a good place, agree. So if you came here with your girlfriend or boyfriend and you're looking for the place where you can have a good time, don't even think, buy tickets and go there. Well, dear tourists, I hope you like the city and our little excursion.
People here are so nice, kind and communicative. Of course you will find friends here.
Yeah, goodbye dear friends, love you.
In the end of our lesson, I would like you to express your attitude to our today's lesson. So, you have 2 smiles. The first one is sad and the next one is happy. If you like our lesson, you put a happy smile. And maybe if some information wasn't clear or maybe it was useless, you may put down a sad smile. Who'd like to start?
Well, I chose the happy smile because I've got an amazing emotions and new knowledges from this lesson. So that's why the happy smile. Well, I can take another one, right?
How about you? I'll put it down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I like this lesson because I have many experience to communicate to English.
So that's why you put down
It's
happy smile.
happy smile.
So, thank you. Our today's lesson is over. Thank you for your job, and now you may be free. See you.
Life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. You're not